Hey, can you hear me okay? Ma, I see you on YouTube. Can you just give me a comment that you can hear me audio-wise and everything good? Is anybody out there? Hello, hello. Is anybody out there? Anyone out there? uh, hey, Laura, how you doing? Good to see you. Okay, you guys can hear me. Okay, yeah. Listen, we're waiting on John to get here. We were supposed to start up right at 8:00, but he's out getting pizza for the family. So he messaged me at 7:52 Eastern and said, "Hey, buddy, I'm still trying to pick up the pizza. I'm rushing home as fast as I can." So you're here with me, and I'm here with you, and he's coming on in just a little bit. So I don't know who the Facebook user is. Let me see exactly who it is on my Facebook page. I'm gonna call it up on my Facebook itself to make sure that I can know exactly who I'm talking to. Hey, Judy, how you doing? Good to see you. All right, let's see here. This is great. I get to actually have a little bit of FaceTime with all of you guys. This is fantastic. All right, no, I'll just go into my app. That's what I'll do. Go right through my app. John should be. Yo, what's up, homies? What's up, homies? Let me see who else I got going on. So if anybody's looking right now, anybody's looking for John, the other face that usually sits in here with me, he's coming. He's coming soon, guys. All right, so let's see here. No Finish Line Nation. I love it. Let's get it opened up. It should pop up right in the top of the feed there. It should, but you know how that goes. There I am. Okay, so let's see. Oh, howdy, Tiff. What's going on, Tiff? How you doing? Good to see you. Now I'm getting some. What's up, homies? What's up, Tony? How you doing, brother? What's up, Josh? What's up, buddy? How you doing, man? Good to see you. All right, good. Oh, there we go. There you have double audio. So what's going down, guys? What's going on? What's happening? You're on Facebook, Laura, and on YouTube. I see the YouTube symbol comes up. So, guys, listen. It's Friday. It's a kickoff to the weekend. It's also about 4/5 of the way through. I shouldn't even say 4/5. We're whatever percentage of the way through COVID and all the crazy times we're living in and everything else that we're having to deal with right now is kind of crazy. What's up, Gene? How you doing? I see you watching. Hey, Lynn, how you doing? Good to see you. Susan, how you doing? Good to see you. Having a porch party. I love that. Look at I've got my Irish whiskey. I got my Irish whiskey with my special ice cube maker that I got for Christmas this last year. Pretty good. All right. So let's see. I got Barb watching. Look at this. We got all kinds of people coming in here. Okay. All right. So like I said, John will be on a little bit. He was out getting some pizza, and the star of the show will be here in just a little bit. So I'm just basically the guy at the beginning of the microphone. You know, when the comedian's about to step on, and you get the guy that's warming everybody up, going, "Guys, so here we are, and the weather's nice, isn't it? The weather's great, guys. How you guys doing? Everybody doing good? Everybody good? Everybody good?" Waiting for the star to come to the show. No, we haven't done this in a while, so. We were really looking forward to. Oh, I think I just had somebody pop in. I think my dude is popping in right now. Hold on, here we go.
What's up? I'm late to the party.
Late to the party. There he is, dude.
What's up, everybody? What'd I miss?
Oh, what's that sweatshirt? That thing is pretty fresh, man. What is that? What do you got? A fighter sweatshirt on? Is that Mike Tyson?
Yeah, I'm training.
I'm training.
I just scoffed down a slice of pizza. And I was waiting for delivery the pickup was supposed to happen at 7:40.
Yeah.
And I was sitting there, and it's curbside pickup, so I'm just waiting in the truck. So they were late, but I fed the kids, I fed the dogs, and I had a slice.
Yeah. So I speaking of that, since the last time we've been on, you did not have two. Well, you had two dogs, but one dog was like right there on the edge. Daisy was saying, "See you later, guys. I got to go." And now you've got a new one in the house. Tell me about this. What's the new dog's name?
You just glanced over the life of Daisy. Come on. Show some respect.
Hey, dude, I love Daisy. You know that. I had many a times going, "Daisy, I'm right over here, Daisy. Look over here. I'm over here."
She definitely had her paw in the spirit world for quite some time. But yes, poor Daisy girl. She was a great dog. And unfortunately, we had to put her down because she just.
How many years old is she?
18 years old.
18 years old?
I got the nod from across the room. Yeah. So now we have a new addition to the family, Duke.
Duke.
He's a rescue.
Ours was too, man. Those are the best kind. I feel. You're really saving them from a tough situation or whatever they're at, or whatever the story is. It's really good that people do that kind of stuff to be able to save the dogs.
Yeah. Daisy wasn't a rescue, but our Opie's a rescue as well. So and I'll be honest with you, it was a strange situation trying to adopt a pet during this whole COVID thing. Because typically you'd go to the shelter, and you'd meet with a couple of dogs and stuff like that, but everything was locked down at the time, and we couldn't even get an appointment to go to any shelters. Luckily, we knew someone that was fostering some dogs, and we lucked out and got a great dog, Duke.
Duke. I have not met Duke. I can't wait to meet Duke. I can't wait to come down and meet Duke. Duke looks, they're feisty together. Opie and Duke are feisty.
Poor Opie's had, hold it, here he comes.
Is this Duke? Oh, look at Duke.
What's up, Duke? Hey, look over here.
What's up, Duke? Hey.
He's awesome.
Yeah, Duke kisses, man. I love it. I love it.
He's a good dog. So poor Opie, who's 5 years old, always had Daisy, who was a much older dog. So he never had much of a playmate.
No.
He's definitely met his match with this puppy. So
yeah,
they're up to all kinds of shenanigans.
Well, he had the house to himself pretty much before, right? I mean, he had the run of the mill. He could go where he wanted to, do what he wanted to do. Now he's got some competition, and now he's like, wait a second, what's happening here, man? This is my territory.
The puppy definitely tires him out. He's getting his money's worth. That's for sure.
So tell me that, though, John, real quick. I had a question for you. So when I lost my last dog, Savannah, and we were deciding to get into Guinness, it took us a while, man. It was hard for me, man. That was one of the most traumatic things I think I've ever been through, was the loss of a pet. And anybody that goes through it knows when you're going through it, it's literally the worst feeling in the world, because it's a loss, but and it's an animal loss, right? That kind of thing. So yeah. What is Domenica over there saying? Hey, Domenica.
Hi.
She says hi. She just got home from the gym. I left early because I wanted to, we had an appointment to do 2 kitchen tables and a microphone.
Yeah, man.
So, and I had to feed the kids and the dogs and stuff. The pizza place it threw me all off. She's going through bags of food. What do we have here? What do we have there? She's asking me, is this okay? Is it for the kids? Is it for me? I gave her go ahead and eat it.
So the layout of the land right now, you're sitting at the table in that other room that used to be the couch, right? That's beautiful.
We changed, when you lock down for a few months, you start to rearrange things and change things. So the house is, my living room is now part of my kitchen, which I'm in right now. Mm-hmm. This would be where the table's at. And now my current living room is where the dining room table is. And then we had like a sitting room that no one ever used.
Yeah.
That's now the dining room. So
that is true. Nobody ever sat in that other little.
I'm confused every time. I don't know where I'm going. Every time I wake up in the morning and I go and I'm looking for the couch and it's not there, and I'm like, well, wrong room. But wait, we're talking about. Hold on, we got off track.
Yeah, man.
Pointing at bags, going.
We haven't talked in ages, so
I know.
Let's go.
I know. So Savannah, we're talking about your dog or my dog?
Yes, my other dog. What I said was that when you lose a dog at any given time, anytime whatsoever, it's really difficult, right? And you don't really realize the pain you go through when you lose a dog until you go through it, right? The dog's life is much shorter, and you kind of know when you get into it. But anybody that has any kind of animal in the family, when they go through that, it's literally the worst pain in the world. It's devastating.
It's horrible. But I got to tell you, in my house, our dogs last a long time.
I know, 18 years, dude. That's insane.
So we had Troopa. Troopa was, and it's spelled the way I'm pronouncing it.
Troopa. It's not like this up here. Somebody just made fun of you for the way you said this right here. Watch this. I'll put the comment up. Here you go. Look, late to the potty. I'm late to the potty.
Facebook user. I don't even know who it is. I got to look.
I think it's Tiff. Yeah, I know. They're coming in. Deborah's here with us. Susan's here with us.
David
my wife
Oscar,
is
who I
here.
have not
Stacy.
heard or seen in ages, gave me a hello mud
Nice.
from across the pond.
So your animals live for a while, and then when Daisy, we all knew that was coming like for a while. Yeah.
Hold on, man. I want to talk about Trooper for a minute.
Oh, Trooper. Sorry, Trooper.
Trooper was 19 years old. He was a Pomeranian.
19 years old?
19. Okay.
Yeah.
Then we had Tallulah. You never met Tallulah.
No.
She lived to 14 years old.
You have some longevity in the animal world, my friend.
The only reason why Tallulah passed on was because she got into some grapes, which are poisonous for dogs.
Oh, yeah. They're not good for dogs.
And she was a little dog, and she ate a lot of grapes. And unfortunately, poor Tallulah didn't make it.
Poor Tallulah. Tallulah lost to the grapes.
And Daisy, 18 years.
It's insane. So we've had Savannah was about maybe 10. I think maybe 10 or 11, maybe tops. That most of my dogs live right to about that age. Then no teenagers. Most of my dogs, for some reason, it's weird.
Wait, what? Oh, no teenage. I was like, what are we talking about? No teenagers. What?
Listen, I don't have a teenager
we
that
gotta
just
keep
started
the
driving.
living. The children we need to keep alive.
Yeah, we do.
Yeah.
Sometimes we don't want to, but sometimes we know we need to.
We want to wring their neck, but yeah.
Oh,
so
man.
all right,
We got a couple people coming making comments in here. You got people asking about your cookbook. Hey, cookbook mud. That's what they said.
Please, I wish it was as easy as it sounds.
Right. I know.
I've been going.
I wish it was easy too.
For years now.
I know.
Years. I got turned down by I had some interviews with some great publishers. This past was it this past summer?
It was. Well,
yeah.
Not this summer, but the summer
the following one.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think it was 2019, the summer of 2019.
Yep.
See this whole it's been a blur.
A complete blur. Like
it's a
it
blur.
Literally is a lapse in my life.
It's like winter. It's winter coat weather right now in New England.
I know.
Tonight.
It's so stupid.
Cold. Where did the summer go?
It's gone, is what it is. It literally left.
So yeah, it was 2019. I had the opportunity to interview with some great publishers, and unfortunately, they just it didn't work out. It didn't pan out. No one really wanted to pick up the book. So I'm still at it. I'm still trying to grow the brand.
Right.
Mud Hustler. They were looking for
and that's the dynamic, right? You have to have a certain amount for your brand to be able to bring to the book and things like that, right?
Well, yeah. Well, unfortunately, because it's not unfortunate, but what I do is, a lot of these recipes are Weight Watcher based recipes.
Right.
I mean, I give the macros and stuff like that, but my fan base for Mud Hustler and the people that make most of the recipes is largely Weight Watchers or WWs or whatever. But without the backing from Weight Watchers for the book, it's very difficult to get it published.
Yeah.
So these publishers wanted to market me more as a chef influencer.
Gotcha.
Like social media type.
Yeah, that's a whole different
So the unfortunate part is I'm not influential enough. So
in their eyes.
Yeah, well it's tough to take a gamble, especially I talked to some major publishers, it's tough for them to take a gamble with somebody that not quite as big a footprint that they want in the social media world.
Right.
It's just tough. It's the deal. It's tough growing a presence on social media or on any of the platforms.
Extremely tough. Yep.
So I'm still at it. I'm still doing my thing. I'm still making my food, and the book's ready to go.
Right.
Any publishers out there listening, it's ready.
Listen, anybody that knows any publishers that want to be able to hop on board, let's go. Let's send them our way. We'll make it happen for the man with the boxing sweatshirt on right now. We need to make it happen for this guy. It's got to happen soon.
One day, we'll see. We'll see.
Exactly. So yeah, man. So all right, let's talk about it. In general, dude. We just talked about how it's been a blur. This whole entire COVID time frame has been an absolute blur. how you doing during it. Well, last time that we actually had a live, I think was May. So May, June, July, August. We're in September. 4 months since the last time we had a live. How you doing, and where are you at? I'll tell you how I've been doing too, but let's ask you first, man. How you doing and during the whole time?
Well, I take a lot of responsibility kind of for how we slowed down with the broadcast, because you found a great this is great. We used to I do miss Shane coming to my house every Friday night. We had a lot of fun doing the in person, but we found a way around the whole thing with this, and it works out well.
Yep.
I was going through some stuff with COVID, not sick, but I was just my mind wasn't in the right place, and just all the political stuff going on, and the end of the world is here, and all the everything's burning down. It was hard for me to focus and just put the effort that I needed to into Mud Hustler and the recipes and into this as well. So I just wasn't available. I wasn't there. I wasn't focused. But I spent a lot of time with my family, and my kids are good. My family's good. Everyone's healthy.
Good.
Just kind of. Now we're all teachers. Well. Yeah. Pretty much. Domenic is more of a teacher than I am. I'm just like.
Are you guys doing like a hybrid, or are you guys doing like half in, half out? Yeah, that's what we're doing up here. Yep.
Yeah. So 2 days in school, and then 3 days at home learning. Which is great. My youngest one is doing really well, Jacob. And then JG, my oldest son, who's a teenager, you got to really be on top of him. So.
I'm similar situation, man. Mine's 15. Just got his permit or passed his permit tests, and he's driving tomorrow. He's 7:30 tomorrow morning. He's got to go with an instructor to go drive around, and then he starts driving with us after that for like 90 hours of drive time. So I'm freaking out about the whole entire thing. Plus the fact that everything was socially distanced, right? So the dude had to take his test, and everything he had to do was all online. Like in the beginning of it, there's no I'm like, what? Everything has just been so upside down, so backwards, so all over the place. But for me, it's been a whirlwind, because not only did my job, thank goodness that my job stayed in place, right? So I was able to work. I was able to actually, make a paycheck and be able to continue to move forward. But for me, it was difficult working from home a lot and stuff like that. So, it was good at first, I think, but then it kind of wore its welcome out pretty fast after a little bit of time when you're working from home and you're buried here, and you got, like you said, you become a teacher, you get this consistency of whatever. I'm just now getting out in the field, but man, it's been just so upside down with all the stuff that's been going on in the world too, man. It's just, it's crazy to me. It's crazy.
Yeah. It's tough. Just getting into a routine and the new normal stuff. And, it's,
well, the good thing I've seen a couple recipes coming from you, which is a good sign for me. I always look out for my boy, and I always know when I see a couple recipes coming, and I see the Count Chocula stuff and the deep fried Oreos and those things. I said, okay, all right, my dude's coming back. He's bringing some stuff back to us. Let's go.
The whole issue was like going to the supermarket and getting food was like it was. I was having major anxiety just trying. I get a lot of inspiration just walking the aisles, Right. I want to get in and out of there, with the
as fast as possible, right?
Yeah.
You still feel that way?
What's that?
I know the last live we talked about, that was a really big thing for you. Are you feeling a little bit better in that space or no?
No. Well, it's not as bad now. The lines aren't bad. They're allowing more people in, so I can get in and out, and it's not. I'm more comfortable in there now, walking around. Everyone's wearing masks, and but yeah, for a while I was like, man, I just want in and out of here. So I got to get the necessities. I can't stop looking at things in the aisle and scanning stuff and checking. I just in and out. So
is that what you normally would have done back in the day? Like I've known you for a while, but is that how you would get your inspiration? Is just travel up and down the aisles and look for things that inspired you?
I'm a regular. I mean, they know me at this. Everyone that works at Market Basket in Haverhill, they have all my hats and swag, and I just hand things. I'm in there all the time, so it's what I do. I just walk around. Does it? I wonder, what's going to inspire me today? Between that and the Food Network and just whatever.
Right. Well, I know
That's
you
my-
were definitely a Food Network binger, man. Every time I'd
Yeah.
come over, Guy Fieri was on your TV every single day. I was like, cool.
Oh, yeah.
He's watching Diners, Drive-Ins, and Dives everywhere we go, baby. Gotta get some burgers somewhere.
Yeah, so my inspiration was kind of it took a dive a little bit, but I'm back at it.
It happens, man. It happened. Listen, I guarantee you, everybody that's watching us right now and everybody that's listening or everybody that watches later is literally going to be all have felt the exact same way that we felt, right? You lose your mojo, you lose your momentum or anything that's there. I mean, I know they make a joke about it, but a lot of people talk about how the COVID 19 pounds because everybody put on weight during this whole entire time because of stress, because of eating, snacking, not eating the same way, no regiment, routine, or anything like that. And then you got kids that are in the house. So now you're stacking the house with food. There's snacks everywhere. The kids are snacking on stuff. It's just it really did put a wrench into a lot of people's lives, I think,
Well, routine, you don't realize how important routine is. When you break routine, it throws everything off. It's like, the yin yang thing.
Right.
I'm a routine person. I always have been. That's why going to meetings always worked for me in the past because it was my routine. It's like every Saturday, I wake up in the morning, I get my coffee, I do my thing at the meeting, I go directly to Trader Joe's, then there to the supermarket, the regular supermarket, and I go home and I stop meal prepping. That was my routine, for so many years.
Right.
But just like any routine, when it gets broken up and it throws you into a funk.
Right. In general, right? Like you said, any routine is right. Not just with food, not just with I mean, any kind of routine, work routine, anything. Even me with my job, I was talking to my boss about this the other day. We were having a conversation, and even though I've been able to even be more productive from home instead of being on the road all the time, but I literally I felt like for the last 6 months, it feels like it's just so upside down because my routine of my job of getting stuff done at a certain time, doing certain things, having a routine of being on the road, doing everything. It was a rhythm and it was flowing. And when I'm out of that rhythm, it starts to get in my head. I start to get depressed. I start to get down. I start to be like, oh man, it's just not cutting it. So I know that for me, I've really leaned in a lot on the podcast over on TikTok. That we've been talking about that a little bit, just all over the place of just trying to find some outlets for myself to step away from the reality of knowing that my routine was off. And you're so right, man. Routine is so freaking important, man. It's just, it's vital. It's vital.
Yeah. And that does go with anything and not just food. Like you said, it's just, and you're not moving as much either. I mean, some people took the opportunity, if they were home, if they were working from home, if they were able to work from home, or even if they were, laid off for the time, they were active. They were walking around the neighborhood, or maybe they got on that bicycle that they haven't gone on in a million years. And then there's some people that, weren't as productive, and that's okay. That's the way they dealt with things. So you get two different things going on there. Me, there were times where I just sit on that couch, and I was working through the whole thing. But like, I was just like, everything was weighing on me, and I didn't have the Food Network on all the time. I'm watching all these news channels about how horrible things are. It's just, I think that, it affects you.
100%. You can ask Crystal, man. I would come home. We used to always, every night from 6 to 7, we'd always watch the local news from 6 to 6:30, 6:30 to 7. I'd always watch the national news. There must have been a 2-month time period that I didn't even turn on the TV or for myself or even watch it. I'd walk away from the news because of whatever political stuff that was going on, because I needed to mentally check out a little bit because it was so heavy on my head. Everything, right? With COVID, with death, with crazy weather, with all this different stuff and all the political stuff that I saw, I was just like, I can't take it, man. I had to step away.
Yeah, and none of it's over. It's still all going on. So
I know.
I think we've kind of, maybe we've normalized it, or we're accustomed to this craziness that's going on. It's not, maybe, I don't know, maybe that's what's going, I don't know. I'm talking about my own,
our new normal,
how I'm dealing with it. But, nothing's changed. We're still in the middle of a pandemic. We still, all these things are happening. Some of these states are still locked down. It's still happening. It's just, I guess You used to it? I don't know.
No, I agree. It's almost like it's our new normal. Like we're normalizing it and we're numb. That was something somebody said to me the other day. They said I'm numb. I'm numb to a lot of stuff where I used to be very affected. Like if you're an empath or you're somebody that feels feelings through other people or those kind of things, a lot of those feelings have already been wasted. They're already spent. Where they're just like I can't even feel that connection of that empathetic or those kind of things because I'm just in this numb state of all the stuff that's going on. So I'll either stuff my face or I'll do whatever. It is funny what you said a minute ago, though. So like Crystal during this whole entire time frame, I'm so proud of her, John. You wouldn't believe it. Like 120 some odd days straight, she's run a mile or more every single day for 120 days straight during this whole pandemic. She's literally said, I am focusing on that. I'm going to breathe it out. I'm going to go exercise. I'm going to go for a run, go on the treadmill. And even if she's going through her whole day, in the evening, she still will hop on our little beater treadmill that looks like Fred Flintstone runs on that thing. Like literally, she goes down there and she does at least like a half hour of it, jamming to her tunes and doing it. So you're right. Some people have found that outlet of being able to do that. So I can't push that off to the side, but I think a lot of people are stuck in this place where they just need something. You know what I mean? They need something to be able to do it. So let's see. Laura says you gave to set you have to set up boundaries. She said you have to set up boundaries for yourself. That's probably for everything, right? With all the news, with all the media, with everything that goes on, you got to give yourself a little bit of boundaries to be able to have a breather. Everybody needs to give themselves some grace for any weight gain during COVID. There's another one, right? Yeah. All these people that gain weight, listen, you got to forgive yourself and you got to keep moving forward. The key to it, though, is that we got it. You got to stop it eventually. You got to get to a point where you can go, okay, you know what? I know I've already kind of been to the point. It may not be today. It may not be tomorrow, but you got to mentally get yourself to a place where you can say, okay, you know what? It's time for you to make some changes, small changes if they have to be. It doesn't matter. Little ones. But you got to give yourself grace, like they said, to be able to forgive yourself, but also set up a plan to move forward, Well,
I think it's a huge control thing, too. Sometimes you feel like you're just out of control.
Right.
Like you feel like it's too much. Like the things you have to do and you want to do them, but you start to panic. You get into this panic mode because you feel like you're out of control. And it just takes one day to gain that control back, take your control back, and you feel so much better.
Yeah. Eileen says over here, this is it's probably to my comment where I made a minute ago that a lot of people are numb. She said, I still feel I'm praying for others. So many people asking for prayers. Yeah. Eileen, that's a really great point, though, to be honest with you, because there's a lot of states that are in different places, right? Different places. One, like in New York, that has been through the ringer, where they were like the first one in the country to really just be lambasted and crushed by COVID and everything that was going on. And so they've kind of not come out of it, but they've kind of come into a place where they're starting to get back to some normalcy. But there's some states that aren't even close to being that place. They're just getting into the fact that they're getting hit with the pandemic and the hospitals are filled and all that stuff's going on. So, at the end of the day, you're absolutely right. I think that there's a lot of people that are still in need of those prayers and those wishes that everybody sends. And I know for me, to everybody else that's out there that have been through it, I know personally a few people that have been affected by everything from COVID to everything else that's going on. It's just a weird time to live in. But the best thing to do is just support and uplift and encourage and do the things that we can do to be able to help each other, like invest in each other a little bit more than maybe we were doing before to make sure that we can get back to the basics of just investing and being kind to each other,
Shane, let's talk a little bit about that whole movement you started on TikTok.
Yeah.
That's pretty impressive, man. I follow Shane on TikTok. I think Shane and Crystal are the only two people I follow on TikTok. TikTok scares the crap out of me. I can't wrap my head around it. But what Shane's doing over there is pretty amazing. So why don't you talk a little bit about that, because it's so impressive.
Oh, man, I appreciate it. Yeah. So I like I said earlier, I needed an outlet. I needed something to go to. And at first, when I got on there, I was more so just trying to check out what my son was doing. 15-year-old on there skimming through all these dancers and all this other stuff. And I'm like, come on, I got to keep an eye on things that are going on, So my sister's the one that told me. She goes, you got to download the app, check it out. And I was like, I'm not downloading that tickety-tockety thing. What are you talking about? And so I did. I finally did. It was right after Christmas, probably about late January, February timeframe. And then all of a sudden, what I found is as I was going through it, I found some people on there that were all kind of similar to what I try to be able to bring to the table around positivity, around being the best version of yourself, fighting through the bad stuff that happens, and let's keep on moving forward and be in a really positive place. And I really started to surround myself with these people, friended them, and I liked a lot of their stuff. And so it started to kind of take the platform and move it a direction that I was able to see things that I wanted to see, and not all the stuff, like you said, scares the crap out of you. It was kind of filtered out of my screen. I didn't see that stuff anymore. So I started to then say, how can I make a positive impact? What can I do to make a positive impact on the world, on this platform, and whatever? So what I started to do was I went out and I bought an iPad, and I have an Apple Pencil, and I started to get back into artwork. Quarantine, that's one thing that I will say has been a positive for me, is it's gotten me back in that creative mode where I get back into artwork and graffiti and some other stuff that I was doing. I would go live on the TikToks and I would do some artwork on it, and people would join in. They'd be like, oh, that's great. So then when they finally did an avatar for somebody, which is a little emblem that you can make for somebody's face, it's a cartoon emblem, and you put their favorite colors in the background, and you put just different stuff or whatever. I did 1 or 2 of those, and these people were willing to pay. They're like, I'll pay you whatever money, man. That's artwork. And I went, you know what? Here's what I want to do. I want to do something good for other people. What I'm going to do is I'm going to charge $25 or more. And I said, I'll set up a Venmo account. I want you to put the money in the Venmo account, and then that's your way of paying for an avatar. I create this avatar. I give it to somebody, right, for the money, and then I'll take this money at this pool of money. And now what I'm doing is I'm going out to tip people in the service industry, people that have been affected by the fact that the restaurants are half empty. Yeah. They can't put food on their kids' tables. They're trying to be teachers at home, kids that are in school, everything else. And so it's been so impactful. I'll tell you, John, it's been life-changing for me, because I'm like, man, you know what? I literally can pay this forward. The first girl that I tipped out $500 was a server. I went over to her and we recorded it, and I gave her the $500. And she was emotional, but she found me on Instagram later, because she didn't say very much, but she found me, and she wrote me this long email that said, or this long message that said, you have no idea how much of a blessing it is in my life that you walked in, because I needed to pay for my tuition payment and I haven't been able to, because the restaurant hasn't been at all busy. I haven't been able to make any money. You changed my life, and you inspired me to do it moving forward. I'm going to pay it forward to somebody else. Yeah, and I was like, dude,
that's amazing.
It's so cool. In a time when it's so dark, you know what I mean? We can bring some light and do something by making
there is a lot of good going on, and that's a great example of it. It's just funny to me, I notice that TikTok world. Now, I've known you now for a few years. We're like brothers,
brothers,
business partners. Where we do the show together. I didn't know that you were that talented. When it came to being an artist, it's almost like it's a whole everyone on that platform. I think it brings out like this artistic part of them.
It does.
I mean, obviously, I've seen you dance. You're not a dancer, so
no dancing for this guy.
I've heard you sing, and you're not a singer.
Nope.
So that's cool. Like so it's a whole different personality, a whole different part of you that a lot of people might not know about. I mean, even me, I didn't know about it. It's like, I'm like, what the heck's going on here? It's
I think the only person that really knew, John, the only person that really knew was probably my wife, just because she see me draw and she see me do artwork, or I do it for the kids and my nieces and stuff like that. I draw little cartoon characters for them and stuff like that. They just saw the background stuff. Yeah. But this caused me to be able to tap into that area. That's what saved me, to be honest with you, during this whole entire time, is that I've been able to, some nights where it's so difficult and it's so cloudy and it's so noisy and dark, that I can literally whip out my iPad and just start coloring and just drawing these people's faces and artwork and stuff like that. And it's literally my channel. I'm not eating, I'm not snacking on all kinds of foods, I'm not stuffing my face like I normally would do. That's my channel, much like what maybe working out or the gym or boxing for you has been that release to be able to do it. This has been a release for me, and I didn't really think I needed it, but I need it. It's pretty cool.
I think it's time to bring that part of your world into this part of your world, because I think a lot of people would appreciate your talent as an artist and what you're doing with your art. So I don't hide it anymore, man. It's time to bring it over into
I love you, man. I love you, because I literally have the TikTok app has been literally it's been a little safe haven for me. And I kind of bled over a little bit to Instagram. I posted a couple videos here and there. And when I do, people are like, oh man, that's so cool. I want one of those. And what are you doing with it and all that stuff? So yeah, you're right, man. Open it up, right? Because kindness just because. Let's do it.
Yeah, do it.
All right, let's see. Somebody says, yeah, so love seeing you draw and your avatars. Shane's a good egg, Tony says. Thanks, buddy. Thanks, Tony Little. Fair play for that. Yeah, you know what, John? Here's the other thing about it, though. I got to share this because I feel like it needs to be said. And I was thinking about it the other day. Okay, so my objective was to pay it forward for other people that need it financially wise, right? To be able to help them in this time. Do you know what I got even more from it was the people that receive the avatars that this is literally what they say to me when they get this avatar that they may look like 10 years younger or they may look beautiful in this avatar. And they're like, wait a minute, I haven't felt this good about a picture of myself in so long. You made me look so beautiful on this avatar that or handsome or strong and the impact that it's had on people that have received it has been even more than the people that are receiving the money. Cause they're like, this is incredible. I like what I see and I haven't looked in the mirror and like what I've seen in so long that you just painted me in a light that looks so cool. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. I didn't even think that was going to be a product of any of this, but and I know, when we look at ourselves in the mirror, what do we see? 9 times out of 10, we're like, man, I'm fat, I'm overweight, I'm gross, I'm like, whatever,
yeah.
You know?
We talk to ourselves. We'd never speak to other people that way. We see all our faults, everything that we want to change. And I deal with it every day with myself. And then, my wife, I tell her every day how beautiful she is. And she's like, tearing herself apart over things I don't see,
Right. We are our own worst critics. And I feel like if we could get to a space where we could give ourselves just a little bit of grace and love, just a little bit. I mean, a small amount. It doesn't have to be, I don't have to look in the mirror and be Stuart Smalley and say, I'm good enough. I'm smart enough and doggone it, people like me.
Well, you're like, I feel, I never feel like you're Stuart Smalley, but you definitely have that,
I do.
That, affirmation. Is that what it is? That like
positive affirmations or or deep thoughts with Jack Handy.
Every time that like I see your little like affirmations, I feel like there needs to be like some Disney animals, like a little squirrel runs up and like on your shoulder and like a blue jay's like flying around behind, like little cartoon. That's what needs. I think that's what's missing.
Yeah,
because in my head, I'm like, oh,
Yeah, you get the birds tweeting and the butterflies and the doves and whoever else.
Yeah, see if you can work that with your art.
So here's the thing, right? What I love though, man, this is what I love. I love the fact that I've got platforms that I can use the way that I want to use them and move them forward. And a lot of people give social media a pretty bad name. I mean, they do. It can be a toxic environment when you're around people that are just toxic and you let them in your life and you let them, fill your feed and those kind of things. It's hard to get away from it, but I literally have focused on filtering that feed to match what I do and where I'm at with it. And if I don't like what I see or anything like that, I will usually just mute and say, okay, or scroll. It's all right, man. Listen, everybody has opinions. And not everybody's opinion is right, but they have opinions. And I'm just going to keep on rolling. I'm just going to keep on being a positive influence and keep on doing those kind of things,
The unfortunate thing with social media is that some people can't do that.
Right.
Some people have opinions and they feel like they have to let everyone know what that opinion is. And that's not a good thing. I mean, for anybody, because lots of times it's not a nice thing. If you see something you don't like, and it doesn't affect you, you don't have to tell them how you feel. Like you don't have to tell someone that you don't agree with them. If that's the way they feel and you don't agree with it and it's not affecting you, just move along.
Right.
Find something that is positive that you want to read or you want to be part of or whatever. You don't have to it's so funny to me. I've always seen it. For me, it's a constant with the recipe thing. It's like, I'll make a recipe, I'll share the recipe, and someone has to tell me how much they hate. Oh, that's disgusting. I hate shrimp. Like, thanks for letting me know. I mean, okay, next time you come to my house for dinner, I won't cook shrimp for you. Like, I don't even know who you are. Like, you don't have to tell me you don't like shrimp.
Right.
I don't care if you like shrimp, to be honest with you. What we need is I don't care buttons.
Right.
I don't care.
I like that. That's right.
I just tell people have a great day. You know, oh, that's great. Well, have a nice day. Don't eat.
I saw it today. I saw it on the post, and it was such a good day. You put that burger on there, and I was like, it looks so good. And somebody said no, and they put the thumbs down. And I was like, what do you mean thumbs down? And they said, I don't do mac and cheese or something like that. I said, oh, listen, I'm giving you a thumbs down for your thumbs down because that looks amazing. Is what that.
Oh, that was a nice one. That wasn't a thumbs down. And I don't, I like burgers, but I don't like mac and cheese.
Yeah.
I get nasty ones, man. That, like some really nasty ones. But you don't have to, like, your opinion. We don't all have to hear your opinion. And I feel like when you're behind a keyboard or on your phone, everybody has to share their opinion on everything. It's crazy.
Well, I think Dominica said it a little while back. I think she did a live. I don't know if she did a live or if she did a video where she said, if you can enter a conversation, entering the conversation, accepting the fact that you might be wrong might be a really great way to approach it. And I've learned from that, John. I go into my conversations now and I literally go into it going, I could totally be wrong here. So that causes you to listen. And if you listen, you can actually have a conversation with somebody, even if you disagree with them.
I agree. We can learn so much about ourselves and other people. If you have a different opinion than someone else, it doesn't necessarily mean your opinion is the right opinion.
Right.
If you want to get into a dialogue with somebody about that or a debate without tearing someone apart, if you can debate with someone, I think that's healthy.
Right.
Telling someone that they just, hey, I think your recipe shit is not a debate,
Right.
Right.
Exactly.
You know what I mean?
It's just throwing jabs. That's literally standing behind a keyboard, just going, I'm just going to throw out just nasties to everybody. Here you go. That's where I'm at, And,
I'm a delicate flower, I know I look tough.
Please don't ever use the term delicate and flower to describe yourself, my friend.
I have feelings, I have feelings. I sit up at night and I think about all the people who hate me. And it upsets me.
There is some truth to that, though. You do, right? You do. But here's the thing.
I'm a sensitive guy, yeah.
Right. I think we all are to a point, no matter how tough our exteriors are. Words hurt. Words matter. They do. They in general, right? Even if you want to make them bounce off. I had this similar situation, John. I had people that were coming on to that post that was on TikTok about this giving back to people. They were coming on there going, literally bashing me because they were saying, why are you doing this? All you're doing is for popularity. All you're doing it is because I recorded it. And they were like, why are you recording this? Why can't you just do a kindness just because? And they were coming at me left and right. I'm like, listen, first of all, I have to show people that their money's going to the place that they paid for because that's what it was supposed to be for. So I'm documenting it. Number two, how nice is it to see somebody that actually looks up and goes, this is great. This is fantastic. But they were coming at me. And I'm like, why are you people even doing that? Doesn't make sense.
It doesn't. It doesn't. But you know what? Dumb. You can't make everybody happy.
You can't. Sure. That's so true. Let's see. Oh, hey, Virginia, how you doing? I see. I don't know what she was saying so true about, but something. Hey, Deborah, I think it was Deborah that asked about the avatars. Deborah, listen, here's the thing. I'll start posting a couple of them on No Finish Line Nation. I'll show you guys where it's at. I'll show you. I'll do a post on it, and I'll show you exactly where it's at of how to be able to do the avatars. If you guys want one, if you want to, put in for the cause for me to be able to tip forward and stuff like that, I'll post it up there. John. Open my eyes and my ears to say, open this part of my world up to it. Love that guy. He's pushing me. I like it. All right. So let's see. One person said they were drooling over your burgers and mac and cheese burger. That was perfect.
Yeah. Today's National Cheeseburger Day.
It is National Cheeseburger Day. Yeah. And my mouth was watering as well. Somebody called you a mud flower. Whoa, mud flower. Who called you a mud flower?
I said I was a delicate flower. Remember?
You're a mud flower. I love it. All right, let's see here. We got a couple smiles and a couple of thumbs up. Man, we got a pretty good amount of people here tonight, man. This is great. Listen, John, I know I need it all the time. I know one of the things that I know I wanted to talk about is a little bit about making sure that we are leaning in on the people that matter the most to us, the people that we call friends, the people that we call true family, the people that are there to support us, especially during these times. Like you said, we're still in the middle of all this crap that's going on. And I know any given time, I know that I could pick up my phone and call you and you can call me and we have each other in our pockets, right? That we know we can say, here you go. This is my boy. I can do this. If you have those people in your life, utilize those and invest in those people, right? Really lean in on those folks because we need it more now than ever to be able to lift each other up and encourage each other. I know I wanted to say it, big time on this thing because it's done nothing but wonders for me to know, even if we're not talking like you and I know that I've got you there anytime I need you. Anytime I need you, I could just say, John, listen, I got to vent about something. Here's where I'm at. And you're like, all right, brother, I'm here for you, you know?
I feel like there's like a help me move furniture thing coming my way.
It is.
Now.
What I need is
like
I need a Dodge Ram truck to come up to Scarborough, and we can partner up on 2 Dodge Ram trucks and pull it out of here. Let's go.
But you know what though? What you're saying is great. It's a great point to make, but also the people that you think are okay or the people that are quiet who aren't usually quiet, check in on them.
Yes.
Because, we can go to dark places. And sometimes the strongest person you know is the one that's hurting the most.
Struggling
so
the most.
Out, check in on people,
Absolutely, man. It's so true, John. But that's another reason why I think that NFLN has really worked for a lot of people as well, too, because the folks that are really active and the ones that are out there posting and throwing stuff out there, if you know some people that are on NFLN too, I mean, to be honest with you, because this is broadcast there too, literally reach out to those folks, send them a message. It doesn't even matter if it's a, hey, just checking in on you, just wanted to say hi, because those little things that you might get across your phone that might go, wow, they care enough that they're going to reach out to me. Like, really? And I've been feeling so down. You never know what it's going to do for somebody. You're spot on, man. You're spot on. I have a Dodge Ram and Scotch. Somebody just said, who was that? Oh, Tony. I didn't know Tony has a Dodge Ram. No wonder he gets along with us so well.
Hey, did you? So I don't know. It probably says Facebook user few, but David Archer was saying, "Great to see you both. I hope everyone is keeping well."
Oh, David, there you are, man. I see it. It says Facebook user.
Yeah.
See, David, that's you. That's your profile over there. He has this weird, but it doesn't have a bald head because David has a shaved head like me. But it's good to see you, man, across the pond. Good to see you. All right, man. Well, listen, it's been great tonight. I'm so glad we were able to catch up, man. I'm so glad that, everybody that was here tonight, we had almost 40 people at one time on this live. It's been a little bit since we've had that many on the stream, man. It's been fantastic and just good to see everybody and hope that everybody's well. And we'll try to get some more consistency going with these things. John and I tried to make that commitment the other night, say we're going to try to get this thing fired up and really keep it moving and be in a space where we can really make good impacts,
Absolutely. We'll announce it when we do it. We try to do Friday nights, but sometimes that doesn't always work out, but we'll let everyone know.
All right. No problem. All right, guys. Well, listen, have a great night, everybody. Appreciate you. Have a safe weekend. Remember, just like John said, reach out to people, connect with people, invest in people, do positive things. Let's go out there and change the world one positive action at a time. Okay. All right, guys. We'll talk soon.